Hi, I'm Kartik Joshi. Being born in a Hindu family, Hinduism and my own culture have always been a fundamental teaching from my parents, especially since my parents moved to Great Britain into the historical town of King's Lynn. Hinduism is a philosophical religion that has been around for approximately 10,000 years. In the ancient language of Sanskrit, Hinduism is called Sanatana Dharma, which means the eternal truth. It has no prophet or leader, but it is based on scientific teachings by rishis and gurus passed down for thousands and thousands of years. I thought it would be interesting to study the local religious history. There is evidence of Lynn's spiritual history littered all over the town. It's known that 4 orders of friars made their home in this area in the 1300s. The White Friars were formed by a French man called Saint Berthold of Mount Carmel. He was also known as Bartholdus of Calabria. Berthold has a vision of Christ denouncing the evil ways of the soldiers at the time of the Crusades. So in 1155, he went to Mount Carmel in France and built a small chapel and gathered a community of hermits around him where they were living like Prophet Elijah. This community is generally seen as the origin of the order of the Carmelites. The white-robed Carmelites were known for their contemplating form of prayer. It's probably got its own symbolism because there's 3 crosses inside it as well. Yeah. The dragon's head. The Grey Friars monks, or Franciscans, were named after Francis of Assisi. After hearing a sermon in 1209, he was so moved that he dedicated his life to God clad in rough cloth, barefoot, and preached repentance. The Dominicans, or Black Friars, have been referred to using a Latin pun as Dominicanes, or the Hounds of God, a reference to orders of reputation as most obedient servants of faith. The Augustines were named after Saint Augustine of Hippo, died 430 AD. The order has made very significant missionary contribution to Christianity, as well as establishing educational and charitable institutions throughout the world. The town was also residence to numerous Jews, who carried out extensive trading with most parts of Europe. Some were also moneylenders. Round about 1189 to 1190, there was a lot of anti-Semitic feeling in England due to part jealousy of their business and money. One story of this time tells us of a Jewish convert to Christianity who was chased through the streets of Lynn to St. Margaret's Church, but justice prevailed as local people stopped it from turning nasty. But then foreign sailors saw the opportunity to mug the poor man in what is now known as Jews Lane, just off the Tuesday marketplace. There was a synagogue in Tower Street until 1811, and a synagogue once stood at 9 High Street between 1830 and 1845. If you go to Hillington Square, you can still see the remains of a Jewish cemetery. From a Jewish community archive on the net, we learnt of the brutal murder of Isaac Levi, a 16-year-old Jewish boy in 1783. He was killed somewhere between Lynn and Westwich. It is believed that he was the son of Solomon Levi, a known Lynn-based silversmith. No account of King's Lynn's spiritual past is complete without mentioning Margery Kempe. Margery is most famous for her book, the imaginatively titled Book of Margery Kempe, a work considered by some to be the first autobiography in the English language. Margery was born in King's Lynn, then Bishop's Lynn, or Lynn Bishop, in around 1373. Daughter of a leading merchant named John de Brunham, 5 times mayor and parliamentary representative. In 1393 she married John Kempe of Lynn. After birth of her first child, she suffered with severe depression, which led to deep religious experience, which helped her to bring about her speedy recovery. During a fire at King's Lynn's Guildhall in 1421, Margery was said to have prayed for the fire to go out, but the Guildhall burnt down all the same and the snow extinguished the flames before divine intervention. Spookily enough, those claims she dreamt about the fire a week before it happened. Margery Kempe also had a vision that called her to leave aside the vanities of this world. She also saw a vision of Jesus Christ at her bedside, asking, "Daughter, why hast thou forsaken me? I forsook never thee." There was even talk of her throwing her number 2s at the Bishop of Norwich. Sometime between 1405 to 1410, she experienced a life-changing spiritual experience of heaven, which was probably during a dream. This led to her expressing a wish to take a vow of chastity. Margery would spend long hours in St. Margaret's in vigils and meditation. During these times, she would fall into trance-like states, and she was known to have cried for all the sinners of the world. In 1414 to 1415, Marguerite went on a pilgrimage to the Holy Land and Rome, and a few years later she travelled to the country on a pilgrimage visiting cities such as Leicester and York. In 1436 to 1438, with help from a priest, her spiritual life story was written in the form in which we know it today. The date of her death is unknown. Penguin Classics still publish the book to this day. It is said to be an excellent read.